80 acres, and we bought it for $25,000, which we thought was a lot of money in those days.
It was located on Lot 32, First Concession of Westminster Township. Its owner, a farmer with the unlikely name of Ed Norton, had been unwilling to sell a portion of his property because he had just planted a crop of winter wheat. Despite the cost and its remote location, Walter Blackburn bought the land for his new television station. While contractors pushed forward with the building, including the paving of a quarter-mile access road, orders for electronic equipment, fabrication of the transmitting tower, electrical work, and countless other components rolled ahead. Technical staff were recruited from the company's radio operations and sent to television college in the States. Future cameramen were London Free Press photographers. Radio personalities like Paul Soles were hired strictly on the strength of their voices. There was no other talent pool to draw on. The average employee was under 30.
I guess the nice part was that not only were we learning what the medium was, because nobody had any experience with it, but the audience did too. And the mysteries of the medium were as apparent as well.
By September, the station was into a 3-month countdown. When crews hoisted the 80-foot antenna to the top of the tower, police were called in to break up a traffic jam created by spectators. 16 days before the first broadcast, carpenters and painters converged on the unfinished shell of the building. When asked by a reporter how things were going, head engineer Glenn Robitaille admitted the station would get to air mostly on brute force and ignorance.
It was just chaos. We were way behind schedule because of a strike earlier in the summer, I believe. So everybody was working feverishly, and our job was to more or less keep the floors clean and go for coffee.
At one point in time, the transmitter went down, which it had a habit of doing back in those days. And when it did, there was a great deal of noise. There was, all the relays were banging off. There were huge explosions going on in the thing. And Walter was here that night. And Glenn Robitaille, the chief engineer, was running around and doors were slamming. And Mr. Blackburn, in a very measured voice, said, "Robbie, what is wrong?" And Robitaille said, "If I knew what was wrong, I'd fix it."
From the start of construction, Walter Blackburn was determined CFPL would be the first private Canadian television station. But in October, a skeleton operation in Sudbury made it to air. Like his father in radio before him, Walter Blackburn would have to be content with second place.
Now rolling down the hill, well, we're going to proceed into our parking lot. So I don't fall off here. Take it slowly so the people can see our magnificent building.
On the morning of Saturday, November 28th, young television viewers were watching Captain Video fight off a mysterious galaxy that threatened Earth. That afternoon, the cast and crew of I Love Lucy assembled to shoot episode 79, Million Dollar Idea. In another part of Hollywood, Jackie Gleason was in rehearsal for a honeymooners sketch on his variety show. In London, crowds began to assemble outside of hardware stores, in hotel lobbies, friends' living rooms, any place that had a television set. All of southwestern Ontario wanted to know if Blackburn's gamble would produce anything besides a test pattern.
Now I think we're ready for some readings here of sync and picture. If you'll give me a reading there,
I'll take that for you.
Call.
It cost $110,000 to build. The studio cameras, $21,000 apiece. The transmitter, $135,000. The station cost $125 per hour to run, whether it was broadcasting or not. Walter Blackburn was already expecting to lose $150,000 in the first year of operation. But all that mattered now was CFPL's inaugural broadcast.
slide. Booth.
CFPL Television, Channel 10, London, Canada.
Music up. Slow fade out. Slow fade to black.
They had found out at the last minute that they hadn't had a ribbon. They hadn't considered having a ribbon across the door into the studio. So we had to hunt up a ribbon real fast, and we thumbtacked it to the door jambs. And when they went to cut it, the scissors weren't very sharp, and it pulled the ribbon loose from the tacks, and that kind of fell, and they tried to cut it then.
We declare this television station, CFPL-TV, to be officially open and at the service of the people of London and Western Ontario.
CFPL-TV has a big, complicated, and important job ahead of it. I know that you and we are together in wishing it the very best of luck.
Good evening. As Warden of the County of Firth, on behalf of all citizens of town and country, I bring congratulations to CFPL-TV on their new opening.
Those of us who have watched TV for the past few years through the snow will now be very happy to see a clear picture. Again, congratulations.
I'm sure it is an honor and pleasure for me as Warden of the County to extend our congratulations and good wishes to CFPL on the inauguration of this here television station.
As Mayor of the town of Ingersoll, on behalf of the citizens of Ingersoll, we welcome with delight this media of entertainment by television to our midst. I am quite sure that our people, who have long looked forward to clear television reception, will appreciate the fact that CFPL-TV is bringing it to us.
Cameraman, cap up. Back on the set in 20 minutes, please, for the next live show.
The same night the station signed on, the Dutch Laundry, which was on Riverside Drive, opposite Labatt Park, actually burned down. So it presented an opportunity for the news department to go down and actually do some news film on the spot and then rush it back to the station. I believe Alec Kellman was the man who had to ad-lib the commentary because there wasn't time to script the news commentary.
Blackburn had beaten the odds and put his station on the air in less than 9 months. But now he had to worry about content. CFPL-TV's first year would produce a mixed bag of programming.
The next thing in watching television is that you should take frequent pauses to look around the room rather than to stare fixedly at the television set itself all of the time.